President Trump is giving the CIA significantly more authority in carrying out drone strikes, and it's likely to touch off a turf war with the Pentagon. Gordon Lubold covers the Pentagon for the Wall Street Journal and joins us now from Washington with exclusive details. Hi, Gordon. The authority President Trump has given the CIA significantly changes the drone policy instituted under the Obama administration. Can you explain that?
Sure. The fundamental difference between what the Pentagon does when it flies drones versus the CIA is that the Pentagon operates under what's known as Title 10, which allows public disclosure of drone strikes. The CIA operates typically covertly and is not required to provide information to the public about drone strikes. So under pressure from human rights groups and others to show the American public what strikes he was doing and where he was operating, President Obama moved a lot of operations away from the CIA, which is really not designed to focus on this kind of thing, and back to the Pentagon. And they kind of came up with a hybrid solution where they worked together to conduct strikes, but the strikes were done by the Pentagon and thus were publicly releasable.
So the CIA would locate the targets and the military would carry out the drone strikes? More
or less, yeah. That was kind of the arrangement that they came up with.
So when exactly did President Obama give the CIA this added power, and has the CIA already conducted operations with this new authority?
Right. So President Trump, when he was at the CIA January 21st, which was the day after he was inaugurated, got some briefings from some of the folks there, and soon thereafter, within a day or two, provided essentially informal authority to the CIA to renew its drone strike program, and it was specifically given authority in Syria. I think we know also that the CIA has conducted another strike in Pakistan, but the Syrian operation was a few weeks ago, in which they targeted an Al-Qaeda operative, a high senior Al-Qaeda leader. So where it will go now is unclear because, as you mentioned at the top, this triggers or re-triggers kind of a turf battle between the Pentagon and the CIA over who does the drone strikes.
So the CIA, the Pentagon, and the White House are currently negotiating to determine how much authority each will have here going forward?
Yeah, I think that this is part of a conversation. I think potentially this story even kind of will create some more churn, certainly from Capitol Hill, where there's a lot of equities from different factions on Capitol Hill.
Sure.
This comes at a time when the Pentagon is already trying to delegate more authority. I should say, really, the White House is trying to delegate more authority to the Pentagon, Pentagon trying to delegate more authority to military commanders out in the field in places like Iraq and Syria, Afghanistan, and elsewhere, to kind of green light their own decisions, whether it's for strikes using drones or other kinds of operations. And so there's a delegation of authority generally. And so what we saw here a few weeks ago, or well, now like 6-7 weeks ago from President Trump, was reintroducing a delegation of authority back to the CIA for some strikes.
Now, does the CIA and the military have the same standards for vetting targets?
No, in fact, they don't. There's different thresholds which are driven more by a different kind of cultural attitude about how to go after a target. And put simply, the Pentagon typically uses what's called reasonable certainty when it's operating inside war zones to vet and validate a particular target. The CIA uses near certainty for their targets generally, and this is kind of, generally speaking. But the difference between those two can be, in some cases, weeks or months. And so the Pentagon's beef is that the CIA, which is using Pentagon drones to conduct their operations, takes a much longer time to conduct and then execute a mission against a particular target, whereas the Pentagon, because of their lower standard, which by design is to, get more done faster, to be blunt, can go after these targets faster and move forward. So
Right.
I would just add quickly that Mr. Trump has signaled that he wants to accelerate the fight against not only Islamic State, but Al Qaeda and other militant groups. I think some folks would tell you that this move, granting more authority to the CIA to conduct drone strikes, potentially even slows it down. But that's where this negotiation comes in, because they're going to kind of start beginning to sort it out now.
All right, we'll see where it all sorts out, as you say. Thank you, Gordon Lubold, for that insight.
Thank you.